Hello, in this video I want to show you additional ways of getting links to your website. Some are going to be really easy and others are going to take your time, but that's fine because the more links from more individual websites that are on what they call different Class C addresses, which means there's not 100 websites that you're running on the same server. We believe people like Google look at this. So of the millions of websites that are around the world, they're also hosted on millions of servers, and what you need to do is to try and get as many different servers as possible. So the first area we're going to look at are the free web directories. There's free ones and there's paid ones. If you can afford it, there's a few paid ones that are good, but only do that later. Have a look at the free ones first. And this is a whole list here, as you can see. I mean, that there are hundreds and hundreds of free web directories on the market that you can go for. And this particular site, which is SEOcompany.ca, so it's a Canadian site. Let me just take this down so you can copy this address, and if you want to do it yourself manually, which is going to take time, then go through this list and start to submit your site. There's a lot of excellent information which is self-explanatory, but then you just click on any of these and away you go. But what I do to get the directories having my link in pretty immediate, maybe within a week or two, is to use directory submission services. And if you go to places like Digital Point, the forums on Digital Point, which is simply forums.digitalpoint.com, and go in their services section, people offer to submit your website to most of these and more directories for a very small fee, maybe $20 or $30. Have a look through and see which people have the most ratings. There's a rating system of people who actually do this and don't run away with your money. So get listed in these. It is going to be self-explanatory to what text you need in your anchor text. Mix it up, as we've said before. Don't have all the same anchor text pointing, and ensure you have a good description. And what I also find is people do use these directories, some of these directories, so you're also going to get direct visitors because your website's actually listed in the right category, so people are actually looking for this stuff. With the paid directories, there's a couple, and even Google says, oh, put them in here. The hardest one to get into, because it's free, is DMOZ, which is dmoz.org. And if you can get in there, then that's great, but it's going to take months. So go to that website, submit your site, and just wait, just forget about it. You can get in there, but don't be too worried. There's other directories such as the Microsoft Small Business Directory. Yahoo is quite expensive, but that's quite a good one to get into, so have a look at that. Best of the Web is another one that even Google say try and get in there. But have a look on this website, because the guy who runs this has put all the paid directories there as well, and some of these are paid, but you can get in for free as well. Now, another interesting way of getting links is to search for link pages, and the way to do this is within Google, and I'm going to put this in quotes, is search for those actual web pages. And you can see here, if I move this over, is I've put in Gulf add URL. Now you'll find pages, because they've put in their description they want people to add URL, and you're going to get a lot just by using this method. So then you can go to these particular sites and add your link. There might be resources that you can add, or just resource. You see, you're going to get a lot of pages where they've got links that you can add your resources to. Go through a lot of different types. So add site. See, here's one down here, and just keep adding that in and just seeing which people are looking for links that you can add your link to. Now another way of doing this, which I've got on my site, is to have a automated link script. So these people I've exchanged links with. Now, apart from this one here, they're all on topic. So they're all looking at the diet area or health area. And this script, what people can do is they add in their details, but they have to add in a reciprocal link before the link's accepted and added onto this page. And you can download these scripts. This is a free script, so you can download these online, and if you add it, then people over time will add their links, and it also checks that the links are still active. But you do need to check this from time to time, because you will get spammers coming on, adding links and then taking their link off immediately. So you must check it, and you must check the types of links coming on, because if the spammers add it and it goes to a bad neighborhood, you could get your site banned. So it's a risky strategy, but if you look after it, then it's going to be fine. Additionally, promote this link page within forums and anywhere else you can go. So if you say, looking for reciprocal links in your signature, then that's a good way to promote this page, because obviously you need to tell people that this page is here. Now another way is to submit articles, of course. A lot of people do this, is write articles and put their links in. So I've just typed in submit articles, and look, all of these have come up. You can use automated software, there's a lot of those around, or manually do it. Again, people will submit these for you for a small fee. So you could go back onto Digital Point and see what type of services are being offered, and then people will submit yours for a small fee. Alternatively, you can go into these, sign up, and then submit an article. If you have a look at the types of articles that people are submitting, because this is a good way to see how they're structured. And within some of these article submission services is that they will syndicate them. So your article will appear on this particular site, and they may submit that to another site. Now what they've done here is they obviously want some Google AdSense, but here's the article, and then at the bottom you see they've got this about the author box. This is a PIP's website, but that's not a problem. This is their tax that they chose, earning a residual income quickly. I don't know how many people search for that, but that's their anchor that's going back to their site. What I suggest you do though, because this is at the bottom and the search engines are going to be able to find this eventually, is if you can, and some article sites are different, is to get your link within the text and try and get it up here. And this is the best type of link, as I explained before, is an on-topic link. This is very on-topic because the page has been described as the link that you're trying to get into your site. So it's a good article, but if you can get your link here within the article itself, not just at the bottom, because when linking began and when the voting system of links started, most of the links would be within the article, and it would say, here's the article, it's all very great, and look, here's a few sites that you should go and check, and then the article would continue. And I suspect that eventually search engines will say, great, those links within this text are the best ones to find. Now, the other way of getting links is through forums, but you've got to be careful on forums. Not all forums are good, but you shouldn't spam forums, and people are getting wise to this, and I run my own forum and I get fed up with people coming on and just spamming the hell out of it just for a link. Now, the same with a forum is, I suspect, the link within the thread, the text, is going to be the most powerful. You do get signatures, but use signatures really just to promote your site, not necessarily to get it indexed or to get additional links back to your site. I'm sure they count a little in your signature, but within each thread and each post that's made, you'll say, oh, here's the answer to the question, and here's a resource, and then here's a bit more text. So make your post like this, because if there weren't any spammers around and people were posting things on forums and suggestion sites, then that's where they should be. That's the most common type of a good link. It's not in your signature, it's actually within the text itself. So those are additional ways of getting links. As I've said before, the best type of site is a good content site that people want to link to. Some of the blogs that are on the internet, some of the big famous named blogs, will get links because people really want to link to them. And I'll show you one that's quite interesting, and have a look at this site as well. It's Matt Cutts, and Matt is a Google engineer, and his blog was probably up a few weeks, but because he's a Google engineer and everyone wants to understand Google, loads and loads and loads of people have linked to it, naturally, because it's good content that people want. And as you see here, in the first PR update, although we know that PR isn't the best thing to have, although it helps, he got a PR of 7 straight away, and that's because people want to link to it. And not only that, but if we go back to submit articles, once he had his site up, it's interesting to see what he ranks for now. And Google SEO, you would have said, wow, that is a huge term. But there he is, number 3. After Google itself, after this other site, which is an SEO site, but there he is, Google SEO, straight away, because people have linked to him. They've linked probably Google and SEO, as well as Matt Cutts is in link text, but so many thousands and thousands of people have linked to him, and he's 3rd for a very, 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 very tough term. So it can be done, and that's all natural linking. So the best way is to write a good content website, promote it, let people know about it, and you can do that through forums. If you write on 10 or 20 popular forums, not promoting your site, but just giving good advice and having your link there, then this is an excellent way to get people to link to you. So bear all that in mind. It's hard work, but it can be done.